What's up, you guys? This is Robert at Shy Bears Plus. You found me on YouTube, so go ahead and subscribe. If you like this, hit the like, leave a comment, tap the bell so you miss nothing. All right, here we go. Here we go. Chargers 17, Bears 16. Oh, man. You know, all of Chicago feels like they probably got their heart ripped out or the knife twisted in their back this week. Totally winnable game. Should have won this game. I predicted a loss. I didn't know it would be this close just because I didn't think that Nagy would bite the bullet, or I didn't think his ego would allow him to, you know, to make the proper changes he needed to do to play winning football. I didn't think he could do it, and he halfway did it, and we still lost by a little bit. And that's where we're at, man. I said in the last video, going to the game 3-3. We're in a situation where you're like, man, 3-4 in a really tough division, and going to be 1-3 at home now. Not looking good. Not looking good for the playoffs. I know it's still early. We're only 7 games into the season. There's a lot of things that happen. You know, a fragile collarbone for Aaron Rodgers could go down, right? And we could be right back in this thing. But that being said, I don't know. I don't have the confidence. You can't plan to bank on that, right? But hopefully, I see Maggie's going to the presser just a couple of minutes ago before I started this. I'm going to get all this done before I start watching all that information. It's not going to be good. It's going to be hard to listen to. But yeah, some things were better, but not good enough. There's a lot of good things about this game that, you would be able to build on. If we would have made these adjustments like 3 weeks ago, we'd probably be in pretty good shape. But we were able to get first downs. Rarely were we in third and long because we ran the ball much more. But then, you get into situations where you get in the goal line and, you're running wide receiver screens and stuff and run everything out of shotgun. You refuse just to barrel it in and goal line. When we ran with a fullback, boy, it looked pretty good, didn't it? When it came to crunch time, we're sitting there and we're dicking around, running out of shotgun as we're trying to put a game away. I think we had the lead, and we're trying to go down the field and got the ball back. And, Trubisky fumbles. The handoff, Montgomery probably wouldn't have fumbled that. I think he missed on a deep ball before that to Gabriel. Just all kinds of bad things. And, Trubisky, maybe he's not great. Is he good enough to probably win with his team? Probably could have been. If you look at it, if you just looked at the stats, he threw a bad interception. Well, so did Phillip Rivers, and Phillip Rivers might go to the Hall of Fame. I don't know. He's having a great career. 253 yards for Trubisky, 201 for Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers did throw the touchdown pass, but what do you want me to say? You can't pin it all on Trubisky. When you lose by 1, there's a lot of things that can happen to lose you that ball game. I don't know. Terrible play calling the majority of the game. All kinds of stuff. I don't know, missing 2 field goals. Everyone's going to say, get rid of Trubinsky. He can't play. You make either of those 2 field goals, you know what? You win this game. There's a lot of blame to go around. If Eddie Jackson high points the ball on that huge play to Mike Williams down the field and maybe makes a little contact, gets an incompletion, where we win this game. There's so many little things that happen to win this game. But, it's just the Nagy, the lack of feel. It just reminds me of when you hand a Madden controller to a 4-year-old and there's just calling plays for no rhyme or reason. And you're like, what is he doing? He's just hitting buttons? I feel like Nagy's just hitting buttons half the time, honestly. I just don't understand the feel for things. There's zero feel. I keep saying it week after week, but it keeps on getting in my face, so you got to talk about it. Big pass play in the first half to Cohen, and then you run the fake to a wide receiver pitch, end around type thing that gets blown up. Okay, you're in the red zone. Just pound it in. Just start pounding it in. You know, I just don't get it. I mean, even if you like, we're in a situations where you're like, I remember like a 2nd and 12. All right, well then he goes ahead and runs the ball like out of shotgun, and then nothing good happens, and we're in a 3rd and long situation. You know, it's like, all right, cool. Your first play didn't work. Okay, then it's okay on 2nd to try to cut that distance in half. I just don't know. I don't understand it. But yeah, clock management at the end of the first half. We talked about it the last couple of weeks here. We've been talking about it since Shy Bears Plus has been alive. You know, you're I think it's 2nd and goal with 22 seconds left, and you run inside zone, and then you can't get a play off. Like, dude, you know, it's okay. Then throw your slants, your fades, or whatever. Like, you can't run out of time. You just can't do it. You have to figure it out. Like, every last minute of every half is an abortion with Matt Nagy. It drives you absolutely insane. I think he's a good leader. I like the way that he gets up there and, you know, takes criticism and doesn't throw anybody near the bus. But the play calling and the clock management drives you nuts. There weren't too many blown timeouts this game. I'll give him credit for that. So maybe that's why we almost won, right? Yeah, then end of the game. You know, there's plenty of time left to get another play in. You didn't have to kick a 41-yarder. I mean, would it hurt if you scored a touchdown on accident? Like, you know, come on, man. You know, you're down by 1, and there's plenty of time to throw another pass play, get 5 or 7, snap the ball. You could have made it easier, and you don't. And that's the things that we're talking about with time management. It drives you absolutely insane. But, man, there's so many good things that happened in this game that were so much better than, like, the last two, where you want to feel good about it, but it feels bad, man. It feels so bad. Like 26 first downs, time of possession. They possess the ball 38 minutes to 22. You know, and you're just kind of one play away, so many one plays away from winning this game because you did so many things so well. Like 2 turnovers and 2 drives didn't help. I mean, people are going to hammer Trubisky for that. Look, that ball, it was a bad ball. You threw a bad ball. You threw a bad pick. But the fumble, the 3-step drop, and then you got an offensive lineman on your lap, and things happen. You know, things happen in that situation. Only 2 turnovers. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't sit here and just have Trubisky's back the whole time. You know, but, you know, he makes a crispy throw, like 12 yards of Burton over the middle while you're trying to come back. Like, he made plays. Nice play to Gabriel. A lot of good plays in crunch time. I mean, he got you back down the field to win the game. And then, you know, you just nag it up. You just nag it up. And I'm not saying fire Nagy, but, you know, I mean, the season's already over now anyway. I hate to say it because, you know, people aren't going to watch us anymore. But the season's essentially, I don't see how we're going to make the playoffs. A lot of things can happen, but the odds are against you, right? So if you're Matt Nagy, I mean, if you give up the clipboard now, the play call, you know, it's hard to go ahead and take it back. You know, it's like the last thing that you want to do if you want to be the play caller. But you know, after a year and a half like that, I don't see the progression. You know, you're not seeing the progression that you want to see with Trubisky, and you're not seeing it with Nagy as a play caller and a time manager. So maybe that's not what his role is. Maybe that's not what he's going to be best at. You know, maybe it's going to be best at, you know, being the CEO of your football team, right? Not the play caller. Like, I remember in the preseason when he was kind of handing off the clipboard and saying, "Hey, you guys call plays," and the Bears' offense looked pretty good under some other direction. But yeah, it just, I mean, we earned the right to call play action pretty early in that game by running the ball, and then we didn't see it till like the third quarter. I mean, there was some play action, I guess, technically, on some screens where you played action and dumped some screens off, but like a true play action, look for a wide receiver down in the field, you know, wasn't there. And it could have been there. It could have been there on some, I can't remember every single play. I hate, like, trying to go through and just, like, name plays. This play happened, that play happened. But yeah, I mean, if you're in 3-2 or 3-1 situations, a nice little play action is pretty good when you're running back, runs for over 120 yards a game. So that's my biggest problem is just the setting up of plays. This play sets up a play action. or there's just so many things that you could do to play off of plays, and that's why like a lot of play callers will script their top 10 to show somebody 10 plays, and then play off of those and see how they react. It'll say, okay, how are they going to play this? So then we'll call this after that later. Or, okay, that worked. Well, if we're gonna run a situation where we're running off tackle and we're gaining 80 yards a pop, and then they start stuffing it and bring a guy in the box, and then we're gonna run the play action. It's just things like that. You just don't see it. You don't see it. I don't know. Trubisky, sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. It's so inconsistent. Like the play action play where he throws it to Robinson. I mean, there's really nothing there. Wide receiver's kind of jogging across the field, and he just somehow throws a pass that got completed to Allen Robinson, who made a great play all around. It was crispy, man. But yeah, unrelated this week, I saw someone said Bears down. He had a Bears hat on. He's like, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna win. You know what the problem is? Ever since the McCaskies quit spending money and 75. What? Oh man, it just drives me nuts. But it just reminds me of hey, let's all do the easy thing and let's just blame Trubisky. There's a lot of blame to go around in a 1-point game. Let's just remember that. But here we are, that full interception was pretty nice, right? Nice little pick. So yeah, they made mistakes. We made mistakes. They might have made some more. We were getting first downs. Should have won the game. But you did what you had to do to get to the point where you're in a winnable game situation, and then we crapped the bed by calling pass plays. And yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we are. Bears are 3-4. Bears lose to the Chargers 17-16. I might have to gather my thoughts and do another video in the middle of the week if I have some time. But I mean, that's where we're at. That's the reaction right here. It sucks. It feels bad, man. I just don't get it. It didn't have to be like this. This whole season didn't have to be like this. If you did the proper soul searching over the bye like you said you would, we wouldn't be in this situation. We didn't have to be in this situation. We should be at least 4-2, At the end of the day, great coaches find a way to win with the players that they have to maximize their talents. And I understand that Nagy wants to be the Chiefs and he wants to throw the ball around. But at some point, you kind of had to look at the personnel and go, hey, man, this ain't it. Let's ease into that instead of going full throttle. I get it. He gets it. He doesn't get it. You guys get it. That's for sure. So anyway, Robert at Shy Bears Plus, go ahead and hit the like if you like the video. Hit the follow. Follow me on Twitter at Shy Bears Plus and Instagram. Subscribe, tap the bell, do all the crispy things, comments. I warned you at the beginning of the season every single game was going to go ahead and be a battle, and you're at the edge of your seat. And until this offense proved that they were going to be something, and here we are. And you know what? Sometimes you lose battles when you're going to be playing, 1 point football. You're going to lose some of those games. We got a little lucky last year, I guess. Anyway, they're down.